Gotta get more followers.
Hello everyone, Canadian Futures Trader here. Welcome to the video. Today's video, we're going to be doing a review of Take Profit Trader. Been a very popular request for several months now. I finally said, you know what, let me reach out. I like to talk to the people at the companies before I just sort of give them a review without knowing much about them. So I've talked to the good people at Take Profit Trader. I've scoured their website, looked at all the ins and outs, giving them the CFT seal of approval, but we're going to go through all that in the video. Currently have exclusive promo, 50% off at Take Profit Trader. This is in November 2022, so if you're watching this video in the future, always come to my website, which you're looking at right now. I keep the latest and greatest deals and promos in the trader evaluation world up here on my site. Update it every single day. As soon as there's a deal, it is on here, and you'll see this Take Profit Trader deal right now. The code CFT promo will get you the best discount. You can also sign up for email notifications to send them out when there's the big deals coming up. Speaking of big deals, if you're watching this in November 2022, we got Thanksgiving coming up along with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You know the deals are going to be flowing, and I'll be out there on the streets, the trader evaluation streets, getting you the intel and the info as soon as it's available. Going to be pretty spicy. I know there's some deals coming up for sure that I'm aware of already. But let's start talking about Take Profit Trader. Now, I haven't written a full review on my website yet. It is on the to-do list, but I want to get this out. I was actually pretty impressed with them. So let's take a look at their site. If you click on the link down below or the link from my site, I kind of like this. They let me customize the header up here, so you'll always be reminded what the current promo code is. So if you are not familiar with the world of trader evaluations, the very quick sort of high-level overview of what that is, there are companies out there who you can essentially take an evaluation, like with Take Profit Trader. If you do not break any rules and you reach the profit goal, you will then be provided with a funded account, which you can then trade. Now, those accounts as well will have rules. Some people think you get funded and you can do whatever you want. Not true. So we're going to look through the rules of the evaluation, the goals, and then once you're funded, what kind of the rules are there and whatnot. We'll talk about withdrawals, my favorite part, of course. Now, I haven't been through the Take Profit process, but I do know of several traders who have been funded, have done withdrawals, and as well after talking with the good people there, definitely feel like it's a very viable option for people. And there's a few things that stood out that I really liked. I like it when companies have something a little different. It's a little unique package they put together, and that's what we got here. So looking at their site, let's just scroll on down. We're going to skip all this. This is kind of the standard stuff. You pick what you want to trade. It's all futures related, but that will actually bring me to one of the things that I like about these guys. I'm actually going to skip this and scroll down. Eventually, now they've been saying this for a while, so I don't know when it's actually coming. They currently offer futures, which is the world that I dabble in, but looks like they're going to be offering stocks, Forex, and crypto trading in the near future. So look forward to that. And none of the other companies that I know of in the future space are planning on going into these other spaces. So this might be your one-stop shop to trade all these products in the future. Let's scroll on back up here. They just did a little comparison of themselves to other companies, but some of the highlights basically. 10-day evaluation, so basically even if you reach the profit goal before 10 days, you still need to trade 10 days. You can do a small trade each of the remaining days. Certainly you can take longer than 10 days. That's the question a lot of times newcomers to the space think. They think you have to do it in 10 days. That's not true. Just 10 is the minimum, not the maximum. Take as long as you want. One of the things that stood out, so besides the product selection in the near future, minimum days until first withdrawal, 0 days, which is always nice because some of the companies, there's a bit of a drawn out withdrawal process. We're not going to lie. With these guys, in theory, if you have a great day one, you'll be able to withdraw from day one. which also means you can do it immediately. There's no sort of set date that the withdrawals are processed on. It's, you initiate the withdrawal when you're ready to. I'll mention here as well, they do withdrawals through Deal. The website is called letsdeal.com. A lot of the trader evaluation companies use this site now. I'm paid through several of my funded accounts through Deal. It works flawlessly. I did a video about Deal. If you're interested in that, look for that on my channel. I'll try to remember to put a link down below to that video, just in case you're wondering what that is. But they're basically just a payment processor to handle the payouts. It's no big deal. There's no scaling, which is always nice. Contract limits would be scaling. Basically none. Which I like. I tend to trade big. People know that. I like the big accounts, and I don't like to be throttled. So you pass with whatever. Say the biggest account. We're going to look at the account sizes here shortly. Once you get funded, you can continue to trade with the full clip. Pro account reset. So let's say you get funded. They call it a pro account, and you break a rule in your pro account. Usually you lose your account, and it's up to you to decide if you want to go back and try the evaluation again or not. These guys let you reset your pro account. Now, the prices aren't listed. There's a couple companies that do this. I will say up front, this is usually not cheap. It's not like a $90 thing. You're kind of skipping the evaluation process again and just resetting your pro account. So it's going to cost some money. I'm not gonna lie, but you have that option. One-time fee, which is another benefit. I am a bit more of a fan of the companies that do a one-time fee, once you pass, rather than the ongoing monthly fees. Not that I feel like the fees are exorbitant either way. Just, I don't know, mentally some for me. I just like to pay the one-time fee, and I know there's no other fees ever again. So scrolling on down here to the account sizes. So they have everything from 25K up to 150K. You can see the prices here again. They're currently running that 50% off promo. You use CFT promo to get that. So these would be the prices here. 150K for $180 for the month. Not too bad. Can't lie. Might actually be signing up myself. I already mentioned I'm a fan of the biggest size I can get my paws on, my goblin hands. So I'd be going for 150K. Might be signing up here sooner than expected. So for example, let's just look at the 150K profit target 9,000. So these are pretty kind of standard amounts, I'd say, between the different companies. Up to 15 contracts. We don't talk about micros here. I'm not a micros trader. I do not endorse trading micros. Several reasons, guys. Daily loss limit and end of day trailing drawdown, which brings us to another benefit. The trailing drawdown is updated at the end of the day. If you're not familiar with end of day versus sort of live trailing, there is a big difference. It's important that you understand that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. Just know that end of day trailing is by far better than a live trailing throughout the day. Now, one other kind of interesting thing here is no trading. We'll talk about consistency in a second, but no trading bots. You don't see this too often. I can't even think of another firm that explicitly says this, but they don't want algo traders. They want people taking their own trades. So if they suspect that you're, running an algo, chances are your account is going to be no more. So if you're an algo trader, probably not the company for you. As far as be consistent, now some companies have an explicit consistency rule. Others do not have any consistency rules. These guys do have a rule, but it's not too bad. So if we click on this, trade a minimum of 10 days, that's kind of a standard thing. Your most profitable day cannot be more than 50% of your total profits. That's more than fair. Basically, you can't make you can't do one YOLO trade, hit a home run on your very first trade and just consider yourself done. You need to trade at least 2 days effectively. And I would almost say you kind of need to trade 3, because if you think about it, no more than 50% of your profits can be in one day. So let's say you're shooting for 9,000 on the dot. You would have to hit 4,500 and 4,500 exactly both days. Chances are that's going to be difficult to do. But, maybe you make 4,400 one day, you make 4,400 the next, and then you just chip away at the remaining $200 the remaining 8 days, just as an example. So you can effectively do the bulk of the evaluation in 2 days, and then you're going to have some small remaining amount, if that all makes sense. If not, just know that you can't make more than 50% of your profits in one day. These are rules, by the way, consistency rules. They don't fail the evaluation. It's just you won't pass until you meet that criteria. So NinjaTrader you can get for free and use. RTrader is going to be your, Rhythmic is your data provider / your connection to your account. So you'll always have RTrader. And then they have a whole laundry list of other software you can connect. They aren't necessarily going to provide these to you, but you can use them. So for example, Jigsaw trading. I personally use Jigsaw myself. If you want to see Jigsaw, take a look at some of my trading videos. But they're not providing that license for those. So that kind of sums up what they're offering. Like I said, there were several things there that I like. Again, if I had to cherry pick the few that I like that you can do withdrawals from day one. Like you just have a bang up day, like day one once you're funded, you can initiate a withdrawal. I like that you can initiate your own withdrawals. You don't need to wait for a specific date. I love that there's no scaling on the funded side. That's a big pro in my books, if you will. The one-time fee. And the one-time fee is reasonable. That's the other thing I didn't mention. It's a $130 fee. It looks like it's across the board regardless of account size. For myself, since I trade the big accounts, this is actually fairly cheap. Like some of the other companies, it's, I paid almost $400. I won't say who, but a different company, the one-time fee was almost $400 for a similar sized account. So $130 fee is actually pretty reasonable. It's cool they have this other stuff coming. I can't say I'm in any of these markets in terms of trading, so it's not necessarily a benefit to me, but if these are markets, you are either currently in or thinking about, you might have one-stop shop here eventually. And then, hey, 50% off. Use code CFT promo. Gotta love that. No bots. That doesn't concern me. I'm not a bot trader. I scalp treasuries. Again, if you watch my videos, you will know that. Consistency rule is no big deal in my books. So they have a free playbook here, which I do like as well. I mean, it's not something I'm going to take advantage of, but just the fact that they have some educational content for traders, I think is good because realistically, newer traders tend to be the market for, the different evaluation companies. I know that's how I got my start in the futures market, and I still have accounts with funded trader companies. So it's nice when they give you a little something to kind of get you started. So knowledge base / help center, basically any questions, this should be your first stop. Whether it's these guys or any of the companies, check out their help / knowledge base. Usually whatever question you have will be answered there. I'm not going to walk you through every single question. I just thought I would touch on a few things because things that aren't necessarily covered on the site are covered in here. So one, they have one about choosing your platform. So like I mentioned, NinjaTrader's free. RTrader is free, and you kind of need to connect through it anyways. Initially, when you connect you need to sign 2 agreements, like electronically. Quantower is free. I've never used it, but I know it's popular. People say it's pretty nice, so it might be a road to go down if you're interested. And then everything else says not free. Basically, you have to provide your own license if you want to use these. Like I said, I use Jigsaw Day Trader. I have my own license for that. So one of the articles is how am I doing? They're essentially just showing that once you do sign up, you can kind of get a look at what you'll see kind of day to day. So once you're signed up, you're with them, you'll have a little dashboard. It'll have the different goals here and have a check mark, or if you broke a rule, I'm assuming it would have a red X. You don't want to see that. You can see that here. Don't hit or exceed your daily loss limit, little red X, so you don't want to see those. They give you a graph. I'm always a fan of a nice graph to just show you where you're at and also what your end of day trailing drawdown is at. And then even a nice little sort of simplistic daily journal, if you will, just showing, what your P&L is, the high, the low, etc. Now, once you get in the pro account, something which is, the funded account, you've passed the evaluation, you get your funded account. There's the rules, like I said. For the most part, the rules are the same as the evaluation in terms of, how many contracts you can trade, etc. It talks here again against the algos, can't use algos. They do also mention, limit up, limit down. I'll let you read about that. It's not something that happens very often. There's no consistency rule once you're funded. Basically, once you're funded, you can make as much as you care to on any given day because you don't really have a goal at that point. So it'd be hard to enforce consistency rule when there's no actual set goal. Daily loss limit is the same. The drawdown does change to a intraday / trailing, during the day drawdown. So you want to understand that. Basically, it's following your wins and losses as they happen live, not just at the end of the day. Now, they do have a news rule. Not all companies have this, so this is important to know. again, on the pro accounts, meaning the funded side, not during the evaluation, but anytime there's some of the bigger news releases, you have to be flat. You can't be in a position. So FOMC, non-farm payroll, and consumer price index. There's a lot of market activity during these events. If you're familiar, you will know. And that's why they just don't want you blowing your account or YOLOing. I mean, same thing. And then if you're a crude oil trader, you have to be flat during crude oil inventories. Those are once a week. Bond auctions, so the 10 and the 30, which is of interest to me because these are the exact products which I trade. And they even give you a nice little calendar that you can go to and check those out. So it talks about payouts. I kind of already mentioned they use deal. They mention it here again. Basically, once you initiate your first withdrawal, you'll get the contract to sign with deal. Easy to use. Basically, your requested payout then goes to deal, and then from deal, your account there, you can choose how you want the money distributed to you. ACH, a bank transfer like a wire, direct withdrawal to Wise, Coinbase, they'll send you Bitcoin, Payoneer, PayPal, Revolt, Mercury. Depends on where you live in the world too. Some of these things aren't available in different areas, like ACH is like a US specific bank transfer system. And that kind of covers the main things, guys. There's way more in their facts. I'm not going to like walk you through every single thing. You can obviously come here. So like I said, either search for it or just go through the categories and you can figure out the answers to your burning questions. So that basically sums it up. I honestly wish I'd looked into Take Profit Trader much earlier. I really like a lot of what they're doing. I already kind of highlighted the key things that I thought were most important. Each person, though, has different things they look for in a trader evaluation company. Maybe some of the other benefits were things that were of interest to you. So I'm looking forward to giving these guys a try. I got to be honest, I wasn't actually planning on taking another evaluation, not this year. I've got a lot of accounts that I manage that I've passed over the last several years, but CFT is no stranger to taking advantage of a deal, and those instant withdrawals are calling my name. Again, quick reminder, be sure to check out my website. Like I said, I keep it updated with all the details of all the current promos and deals out there. I blast out an email, not often. I just do it when there's the extra special big deals. So I'm not going to inundate you with spam. It'll just be the best deals. Of course, you can go to my trader evaluation deals and see everything. I've been trying to organize it best I can. You can jump to whatever company is of most interest. Maybe it's Take Profit Trader, get that CFT exclusive 50% off, use code CFT promo. And hey, if you're watching this video in the future, be sure to come back and see what the current promo is. Everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.